Guys, it's Sarah and today's BookList Thursday. This is a video series I do with my friend Lindsay over at Lindsay's Little Library. And every Thursday we bring you some sort of list or book topic that we feel like talking about for the week. And this week we're going to celebrate because it's my daughter's birthday, Layla. She's 13. I officially have 2 teenagers, which is kind of gross. But that's what it is. So she's 13, literally today. Today is her birthday. And so we're going to talk about some teen recommendations. So books that we recommend for teenagers. They're all going to be like young adult age range, definitely. She's growing up. I can't with this. And then at the end, my very last recommendation will be her favorite book. Okay, one of my favorite books that I recommend all the time is a young adult book, and that is Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. I recommend this book all the time. I love this book so much. It is told in verse, which is not something I normally am into, but this one did it. And it is a story about a young man, and he has lost his brother to gang violence, and you see him wanting to retaliate. And that is because of the way that he was raised and the environment that he lives in. That's what you do. Someone you love gets hurt, you retaliate, and you hurt someone else back. So he sets out on this mission to retaliate. However, in the elevator ride down from his apartment, the elevator stops on every single floor. And every time the elevator stops, somebody from his past gets on the elevator. And it is a whole lot of lessons and a whole lot of conversations that are hard and a whole lot of what are you doing situations. And it makes him question his decision on the way down. So the entire book is told in one elevator ride. And it was phenomenal. Phenomenal. So yep, that's one of my number one young adult recommendations. If someone is looking for a young adult historical fiction, I always go Ruta Sepetys, and I usually do Salt to the Sea if they haven't read that one. Salt to the Sea is fantastic. It's been my favorite of hers. It is a World War II historical fiction, and we are following multiple perspectives from different people who come from different backgrounds. And we even follow a German soldier. And, he's not the good guy. So you're following different perspectives in that way. And it's all these people end up, coming together at a certain point. But this follows a real maritime tragedy that happened in our history, and it was covered up by the government. But it was phenomenal. And that's what Ruta Sepetys does. She takes a situation that actually happened in our history and she highlights it because it's something that not a lot of people have heard a lot about, and brings light to it. And I love that she does that. If someone is looking for more of like a mystery / action packed book, I definitely recommend The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And this one had actually been selling pretty well for a while. It kind of made a little bit of a comeback because it's not a new release by any means. It's a whole series and it's already out. But this one follows teenagers who are recruited into the FBI and given their own unit. And they're basically told to help solve some cold cases because they have some sort of natural ability in different ways that can help solve cases. But they are teenagers, so they can't technically, solve current cases that are happening. So they're using their talents in other ways, kind of helping them sharpen their skills that way until they are of age where they can join the FBI. And I really, really like the first book. For a fantasy book, I definitely recommend Caraval by Stephanie Garber a lot. I really love this book. I loved Caraval so much. It follows a carnival, which is one of my favorite settings. And this carnival is magical, and you can only go if you have an invitation. So you have to be specially invited to be able to attend. And our main character gets an invitation finally after years and years and years of trying to get one. And so she's able to go. She takes her sister. They go to this carnival. Now, the thing special about this carnival is that you can either be a participant in it, so you can be part of like this whole scavenger hunt slash, trying to figure something out, solving riddles and clues and stuff. Or you can just be a spectator. So you can just sit back and watch other people do that. So you follow her in her, like what's happening inside Caraval. But when they get there, her sister goes missing. Is it part of the game? Is it true? Like, did she really go missing? So she's having to try to figure this out, and she's really kind of forced into being a participant and trying to figure things out. Now, the thing about this carnival is that it's magical, and you don't really know what's real and what's not. And you see that along the way about how things can look real, but they really aren't. And this had such Tim Burton vibes for me. There was especially one scene. I read this years and years and years ago, guys, like more than 5 years ago. But there was one scene in Caraval that I remember, and it involved a dress. And I was like, this is such a Tim Burton moment. Like, I need this from him so badly. And like the whole book kind of gave me that. I was like, I could just picture it as a Tim Burton movie in my head. And just, yeah, I don't know, I loved it. And in celebration of Layla's birthday, I asked her what her recommendation would be. Now, Layla's not a big reader. It takes a lot to get her to read. She has read some, and she's gotten into a couple things here and there, but she did say that her favorite thing that she has read in the last, couple of years has been Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger, which is more of middle grade, kind of upper middle grade books, but she absolutely loved the first book. She did start the second book. I don't know how far she got into it, but again, she doesn't sit down and read for long stints of time at all. So, but she did absolutely love the first book for sure. And so when I asked her what she would recommend, that is what she would recommend. I did read the first book of that series actually, and I really liked it too. I liked it a lot. I definitely plan to read the rest of them. I have the rest of them, and I definitely plan to read them. Something I definitely need to get back to, but yeah, I really did enjoy that one. So this is following a girl who finds out that she is part of a magical world that she didn't know about, and she's an elf. So she travels to this world, figures things out. She's learning who her family is, like, all that kind of thing where she fits into all this society. But it was very good. Trying to figure out if I would need to reread the first book, very possibly, because gosh, I read that, I think in 2021. So it's been at least 3 years since I read that book. So it's been a long time. I wouldn't be mad about rereading the first one, just kind of get my footings back into the world. But yeah, very good book. Okay, guys, that is going to be it for me today. So make sure you go check out Lindsay because she has kids who read as well. And so I'm excited to see what books she's going to be recommending for teenagers. And we will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.